Welcome back. Hold on. To another live stream. I'm actually going off my iPhone 15 Pro Max today, so I hope you welcome back. Hold on. So to another live stream. I'm actually going off my iPhone 15 Pro Max today, so I hope you welcome back. Hold on. So to another live stream. I'm actually going off my iPhone 15 Pro Max today, so I hope you welcome back. So to another live stream. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. I don't know why I can hear myself, but we figured it out. We're figuring things out. I was like already smoking a little bit before this, so I was like, what the fuck is going on? Excuse my language, I lost the music a little bit for a second there, but oh my god, that was so funny. I was like, where is the sound coming from? But yeah, so my iPhone 12 broke, right? And so I had to order a new phone, and literally it just broke ever so slightly more and more every day since I got my new iPhone 15. And today, like, literally you couldn't hear anything. You couldn't even hear me through my AirPods for some reason, like, connected, and they're fine. So I was like, thank god it got here today, and yeah, I'm just so happy. I thought we would sesh and everything. So, yeah, cheers. I'm gonna put it away for a second so the YouTube gods can not age restrict me. But they're letting me go live on my phone now, which is like, yeah, I'm so happy. So I'm gonna try to be a little bit better what I do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to today's video. Oh my god, the quality is so good. Like, it just captures the light so well. Okay, cheers. I totally just like dribbled. So sorry. But yeah, oh my gosh. I literally already dropped this, but I already put like the case, screen protector, and like the camera back thing. I just couldn't believe I already dropped it. I was like, I totally would drop it too. That's such a me thing to do, but we're good. I checked everything was fine. And for a second after it happened, I thought it like, because it was a little bit like slow right after it happened, so I was like, no, but then it was like fine. So, crisis averted. But yeah, I'm always trying to get better at like uploading that I'm going live everywhere. Sometimes when I do that, I realize I don't really like post that much in places, except when I like let people know I'm going live here. But I always try to check in. This is my second live this week, but I haven't uploaded the video yet, so I'm trying to make up for it. But yeah, I'm just trying not to like make my creativity so like held to like a schedule, I guess. Like, I don't want to like force an upload just to like push out content. Like, I want to make it as like authentic as possible. So yeah. I genuinely love making these lives, and yeah. I just wonder like how things will come in, if I can see like comments that come in on like the mobile version, but I still wanted to try it out because I was so excited to test it. It looks so cool. It's like freaking full screen, and I'm just so happy right now. Oh my god. So I just wanted to like share that happiness. And I did film basically like my unboxing when I first got it, and I haven't done like a tech review in like so long, but I don't know if I'm going to be exactly like a tech review channel, but I definitely want to upload that unboxing just because I love sharing like when I'm super happy and like excited about life. So yeah, it's definitely such good sound quality. I was just listening back to like even just like a song that I was working on the other day, and oh god, it just sounds so cool. I love it. I love like everything about it. So, and I used to have here's the thing. My first smartphone was an iPhone 4S, but every phone after that was a Galaxy. So I had like the S3 up until the S10 Plus, basically. And I missed a few phones here and there, but ever since then I had the iPhone 12 and then this phone, the 15 Pro Max. So yeah. Yeah. I was trying to hold off for as long as I could, but I think 3 years was like long enough, especially for like someone that's like, I don't know, pretty young like me. I feel like usually people upgrade every year or every like at least every other year, but I tried to hold off as long as I could. But my phone was literally falling apart, and people couldn't hear me, and that was probably the most frustrating part was that people couldn't hear like when I put the numbering system in, or yeah, I couldn't even like verify myself, and then I was like, oh no. I had to do something about that for sure, but just so happened to be at the perfect timing, so yeah, it's pretty interesting how things just kind of fall into place weirdly enough. I don't know, I do struggle with anxiety certainly, but lately I've just been trying to tell myself like it's gonna be okay, because it has been okay, but yeah. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is I'm just really happy, and I don't know, everyone has moments, everyone's human, but I'm just so freaking giddy today, oh my god. There's these crows, right? I don't know if you just heard one. And I put like this water in this like bird bath a lot, like pretty much every time I tried to, and I didn't really realize I was kind of attracting them, and then I looked it up, and apparently crows love bird baths. So I was kind of inadvertently attracting them, and now I'm kind of like debating whether or not I want to leave like a nut out, because like I heard like, because I was watching the Shane Dawson podcast. I don't know if you guys listen to them too, but I love the Shane Dawson podcast, and something about them, if you leave offerings out, they'll like leave you things like, and someone said that if you leave money out or something, they'll bring money back, or I don't know, I'll fact check that, but yeah, I just thought that was so interesting. But they had like the intelligence of a 7-year-old, I guess, right when the minute timer hit 7. That's such a coincidence. I wasn't even trying to do that, but it's so funny. But yeah, I don't know if you might see a crow here and there, basically. There was 2 of them earlier, and they were like really close to each other, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. It brought a friend. I couldn't believe that. I just thought that was the darndest thing. I don't know. We have like our own social media and stuff. Like just because they don't have smartphones doesn't mean they don't like socialize and have their own community. They're little crow subcultures. I almost wanted to say raven earlier, but I think a raven is different than what a crow is. I don't think crows are bats. Cheers, guys. Let's have a great weekend. Oh, this is the first time I ever like ordered a freaking iPhone and like had it like on launch day. Like I never had this ever happen before. So this is just such a cool thing, and being able to go live on the phone too. Like for some reason I can't do it on any other device, but now I can. So yeah. Cheers. Remember the other day, or not the other day, but one of my other videos ago, like, you could just see the smoke so clearly. It was so cool. But yeah, definitely dropped my freaking phone. I know this is early in the life, but if the people tuning in later didn't hear, but already on the first day, and I had the case on it, screen protector, everything, but I was just thinking like, wow, I'm so clumsy. And I honestly just think it's my skincare routine. I just think like I have a really like good schedule down, so I think like that had a role, because I was trying to put it on my tripod. I was trying to see if it fit, and it does just enough, but I just couldn't like I just couldn't do it. So I just thought today I would do the outside before I like figured that out and everything. I'm just so excited to test out these cameras more and really show you guys more shots, and I just think that's gonna be so interesting. I'm pretty sure you can also like get a drone and then like hook up a phone to the drone and get shots that way. That would be so cool too. But I just have all these ideas, and like filming my own. I'm thinking about almost like filming my own music videos in a sense for like my first album, but I'm still thinking about that. I don't know, like in the back of my mind, for some reason I think about how like some YouTubers like talk about musicians and they kind of like make fun of them, and I get it because it's like it's such a time-consuming activity, and like that can interfere with like relationships. I'm getting to a whole other thing, but basically I just don't understand how some creatives that can't respect other creatives, even if they're like doing something different. But anyway, I don't know how I got onto that topic, but yeah, I just think like everyone on this platform kind of does something a little bit differently, and yeah, I would never throw shade at someone if they did something like, I don't know, different creatively. But I totally feel like at that same note, people should find someone with the same interests as them, or same passion, same like similar. Not that you have to, but I think it does help in a way. After someone brought that up, I was like, you're right. Like, I guess if I were to ever get into something serious, it probably should be with someone that's like kind of more like in a creative space. But not everyone does that. But I guess that could go for a bunch of different things. Like, yeah, finding similar interest, of course. But I kind of like, as I grew up, I kind of realized that like there's just like some people you can't just like force that attraction. Like you can't just like be friends with everybody. I kind of learned that more and more. But I kind of grew up wanting to be friends with everyone in a way, and wanting to be like accepted because I am gay. I don't really think I've done like a my coming out story. I should totally do like more story times. I feel like that would be a fun idea. Yeah. With, like I got this new like ring light set up. Oh, it's so cool. Now I have like lights and cameras and stuff. It's gonna be awesome now that I can go live on the phone too. Because I was like, oh, thinking about that. I wasn't sure if I was able to. So grateful I'm able to. Yeah, things are so good right now. I'm just so happy. Genuinely. And I love just sharing myself as me. It sounds kind of weird, but just being like myself more and more in my videos. I've been a lot less like nervous. But I thought my neighbor was coming out for a second, so I was trying to like, I don't know, I get quiet when I hear people. As I was just saying, oh, I don't really get nervous or anything. It's nerves immediately. It's so funny. I'm trying to use the tool, but like, cause my fingers are kind of sticky. And it just gets it like all over. But I think I'm just gonna break it up. Dude, I brought my pipe with me the other day to like, wherever. And I packed a good bowl, but I like completely forgot basically. Like, if you like pick it apart and put it in a bowl, and especially if it's like a pipe, it burns so slow. So it's like, I was like basically trying to like soak it really quickly, and it just like killed me. I was like dead. It was like basically like if you soak a joint like super fast. I don't know. It was super hard. I don't know why they're like, I don't know if they're fighting or playing, I can't tell. That's why I'm debating, like, I don't know if I should like leave them anything. I don't know. I don't want to like annoy my neighbors and be the person that like leaves them stuff. But I don't want them to hate me. Cheers. I can't believe it's already like, well, now I probably say this every video or so. We're live. It's September 22nd. Excuse gonna be October soon. I already have my costume picked out. Yeah, costume. I think it's gonna be really cool. I haven't done this before. I was just thinking about it. Oh, I haven't done this idea, but I think it's gonna be cute. I know. I don't think like who I was last year, but I don't even like remember. Like if I dressed up. But I know I was Shaggy one year, and I thought it would be funny for some reason this one year to be like a cop. It's like opposite day pretty much, but yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones. Oh my god, I was like the Dash, like the Invincible little son. As a kid with the blonde hair, I dyed all my hair blonde. I had longer hair at the time, so it was like blown back blonde. It was so funny. I think that was probably the funniest one that I did. But I can't think of anything else that was like ever funny. But I don't know. I feel like I should do something like. But I don't know. I'm a little bit older now, so I'm just like thinking. Crows are so intelligent. It's almost kind of like scary. Because they can remember you for like months. Like they don't just like die after like a year or so. So maybe they like me, honestly. They probably appreciate that I put the water out there, but I just get scared like what if I like forget for too long? You know what I mean? And I'm out here right now. Just heard they like could poop on you or something. As I see it like fly by. So you see me distracted, that's why. I totally cleaned this thing out. So like look at me, Mr. Clean Guy. I'm getting a lot smarter with just like censorship and stuff. I think it's because like I've been a lot smarter with like not showing things as much. Like they've been allowing me to like do things, so I'm trying to like be a good boy and branch out my content a little bit more. I think I'm gonna just try a little bit less chill videos, even though I love just like chilling and vibing and session, but there are other videos I want to make, of course. I think I'm gonna lean into those a little bit more. I think you guys would appreciate that too, now that I think about it more. And definitely I think I've just been like making it for music as well, and yeah, I just want to like refine that a little bit more. I'm thinking about like, I don't know, I'm still thinking about like when it's gonna come out and stuff, and yeah, I haven't ever like put something out like on a streaming platform before, and I've just haven't like ever done that. So it's just a whole new venture for me, but it's something I really want to do. I can totally see myself doing. Like a couple years ago, like I still would have loved to do it as well, so I can definitely see myself. And right now it's like this lighter album. It's like I've kind of like organized it into like two albums basically. So it's like this airy, like almost utopian like album that's like cyberpunk, like just like really technologically like advanced sounding, and then this other one that's like almost more like dystopian, like the opposite, and just like more like run down. But there'll be like almost like songs that'll like break in the middle and like become the other idea or other side in a way. I don't know, it's just like super cool like experimental project that I think would be really cool to release into the world. And I just think about like, not to be like super deep or anything, but like what my influence would be like when I die. Like I think I would just want to do like what I love at the end of the day and share that with the world. I think that would be my dream job. And if I could do that, that would be amazing. So that's what I want to do. That's why I want to do YouTube. That's like part of my creative journey in a sense. I've done this since so long. It's already been like over a decade. It's just wild saying that and seeing other YouTubers say that. And like, you're right though. It's just time flies. But yeah, and YouTube came out like what? Google bought it in 2007, and so I guess 2017 it'd already be 10 years if you started like really early, and a lot of people still started like 2011, 2012 like me, so yeah, that's still like 10 years or so. But I lost that channel, so it doesn't say that on my channel right now, even though I still have like a good amount of like, I don't know, like there's some channels with views, and it's so funny like going out and about and hearing that like from people. Like I wouldn't show them the video, but they would come back to me telling me about like, whoa, I can't believe you got like 30,000 or 40,000 or whatever on video. I'm like, I did? Like just like seeing that and like, oh yeah, there is a video like a few years back with that. So it's just really interesting to see like things grow and evolve. And yeah, I don't know. I would love to have that like again, but I don't really know like what to really like do or go from here wise. But it's not something I'm like necessarily like super chasing. Like I don't see myself as someone that would like sell out just to get like a bunch of views. Like I would still make content that would be like aligning with my values and morals, of course, at the end of the day. Like yeah, I would always put out something I genuinely love and am proud of. Yeah. There's this lime tree next to me and I really want to pick off the fruit and eat it, and yeah, it's like ready, definitely ready, but I haven't done this before. A lot of first for me, and that's so cool. 23 is such an interesting age. No one really tells you what 23 is gonna be like. I feel like there's a bunch of songs about 22. There's no fucking songs about 23. I guess there's people that say like no one likes you when you're 23. Or whatever the fuck. But yeah, there's like nothing about it. So I think it's just a really peculiar age. Yeah. It's so peaceful right now. And I totally thought, like, when my phone came, that they were gonna come not into, oh my god, not my place. What the fuck? I thought they were just gonna come knock on my door or something. So I was all like waiting, and then I get the text saying, "You locker." And so for a second I was like, oh my gosh, did I like miss it? Was there like something, like a chance or like, but it was like in this really close one nearby. I didn't have to go like that far. It was basically like where I get my like, anyway, so that was good. I was like really happy, so I got it real quick, and it's so beautiful. It's like I got natural titanium. It's such a beautiful color. My last one was green. It was such a cool green, and they did have a green one this time, but I really wanted like the camera for like the videos I want to make for like the album, and like also like the sound and just display like just like nerd stuff. But yeah, I just really wanted like a bigger phone too, so it just worked out. And I can't believe there was like so many different things happening. I don't know if like that many people I've seen, but there's like basically like the site kind of crashed when people were trying to order. Because so many people were trying to order right when it came out, and I was one of them. I was definitely up at like 5 a.m. and I was totally preparing to like order it right when it happened, and I was able to. I had like literally all like different devices out, but I was so excited, and yeah. Literally watching like iJustine videos. But it popped up on my iPhone first, and so it's like really did it really fast. And some of it was like wrong, but it just like, I don't know, I still put it through. I was able to fix it later, of course, but yeah. It's so funny. Like a few years ago, I literally had like Android and like Windows, and now I have like Apple everything. It's funny how that everything changes. They say your body changes completely, like cell by cell, every 7 years. I guess from like the inside out, from like cell regeneration or something. I just think that's so interesting, which makes sense, but yeah. In like this live stream, like neck dizzle. Hold on, my nose. I'm super like my sinuses today, especially. I don't know, maybe it's just like the changing weather. Probably. Okay, so she was like, oh my god, I like almost forgot. Oh yeah, basically at 26, she was like, oh, aging is happening. Aging is happening. And you can't stop it. It's just, time just keeps going, you know? It doesn't go backwards. So, and I think I start feeling that now at 23 more than ever. Like, I notice my posture so much more, and just, yeah, just like little things. Like when I eat not as well, I'm not bouncing as back as quickly. But anyway, so it's just like little things like that. When I notice I'm not 18, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like literally 18 is 5 years older than 13, and 23 is 5 years older than 18. I think that was a firework, but it literally sounded like a gunshot. I'm not sure if I can say that. I think I can, because it's not, I didn't show it, but yeah. YouTube's interesting, how you can like talk about certain things, but you can't like necessarily like show it. Like there was literally like on like the Shane Dawson podcast, like they showed a clip where they're literally like two people literally having like birds and the bees. I don't know how to say it like without getting like flagged, but yeah, it was a lot. It was like someone on their iPhone basically recording it. But yeah, so they're basically like the podcast was on the TV. I could just imagine like I don't think that's actually happening when people watch my videos, but you never know. You never know. I don't think necessarily people are doing that. Oh my god, but that's so funny. I just never thought like two people would ever be like intimate watching something like that. So you never know. I have so many like comfort like videos I'll like watch, or creators, or I guess YouTubers that I'll go back to and see that'll be like super old videos, but I'll be like, yeah, this was it. This one was it. And one of those was like the I Justine parodies. And oh my god. Okay, I'll just say my thought. So Shane was like talking about how he would put like a really raunchy song in the background while an I Justine parody would play, and that's called the I Justine game. And I did it the other day, or last night, and I just died laughing. I just completely died. I forgot how funny it was, and I basically played, of course, my neck, my crack, my. Okay, so. For example, and it was just so funny. I was like, oh my god, it literally looks like she's like in the rap song. I don't really hear anything. Oh, okay. It's just like really ambient. I totally think I missed 420. It was like 14 minutes ago now. But I was having a good time. I was having a good time with you guys. I was thinking about bringing the ring light out here, but I think the lighting's good. I think it would just be a little bit like, I don't know, maybe later, if it's like nighttime. Someone said this one time, like, that necessarily like loudness isn't really like the thing anymore. It's kind of fading away from that. Like from 5 years ago, like now it's more of like how things like sound and like sound design. But yeah, just really refining like my craft and always trying to like learn more things. And yeah, always experimenting. I always love to make something new. I feel like it's always nice to like see that there's always a different vibe I can go for, and it can still be like it's somehow always better than the last one. I know I don't want to be like cocky or whatever, but it is in like a weird way. I feel like that makes sense. Like progress, like over time, if you keep working on something, anything. But, I don't know. Some people tell me I'm talented. And I don't know. I think that's kind of a cool thing. I just never really expected that for myself. Like I guess like 10 years ago, but maybe about 5 or 7 or so years ago, it was like really started working on it a lot more. But I've always like remixed songs and always seen how things kind of like sound together, like little DJ apps at first. I love those, but now I love actually creating songs. I think that's like, yeah, really, really huge for me. I love that I kept sticking with that. Somewhere I read online there was like the 6 month mark or so, which I don't know, I feel like that's such like a black and white thing, like exactly 6 months, or make it or break it. But for me, I just kept working on it and just kept going back to it every now and again. And I don't know, I'd work on some songs a little bit more than others. Some ideas would be a bit, longer. But I'd always just create something until I felt like it was at the end. And sometimes it'd be a minute or so, or 5 minutes, or 8. But yeah, it's really cool to just see how things come out. I always pleasantly surprise myself somehow. I always feel like the computer does something that, like, I don't know. Like, Crow just, like, walks around, but its mouth is just, like, open. I don't want to see it mocking me. It scares me. Crows are kind of scary, but I don't want to be, like, stigmatized. Oh, there's another bird, but it's different. I've been live for half an hour, that's so cool. I'm so happy. I mean, I just thought about when I said earlier that I didn't have an iPhone on launch day, but it may not be true because, well, actually, no. It's probably true now. Yeah, because what was really close was the first iPhone I had ever was the iPhone 4S, which some people say was the best iPhone. I'm totally becoming a tech reviewer here. But I just, like, don't know, like, how to, like, branch out my channel. But I just don't want to be as afraid, basically, to, like, say how I feel about things. But at the time, maybe, like, I don't know. It was the first phone that had, like, Siri and stuff. And that at the time was, like, I remember my sister using it. Oh my god, it actually popped up. But I remember my sister playing around with it with her friends when it came out. And it was, like, kind of the thing. And then I feel like everyone just kind of stopped using it. So you don't really hear that much about it. And now it's all about, like, AI and, like, I mean, I guess Siri is AI, but you know what I mean, like, other stuff. That Crow is agreeing. Actually, Crow has no idea what I'm saying. It's such, like, a warm September. Like, it is pretty warm in Arizona usually, but it's, like, literally still, like, the high 90s and hundreds. Usually that's still, like, would it be for August? But I don't know, I feel like it's, like, still pretty warm. Sure, I mean, I'm not, like, complaining a lot, but I would rather be like in warmth than in cold. Because I used to live in Massachusetts and I went through like a 2 feet snowstorm. And like grabbing ice off a windshield was like not the tea. Why am I saying not the tea? um, but yeah, it was not fun. Dude, it was like, oh. Yeah, when the power goes out here, it's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm more able to like recover. I'm able to like at least go somewhere that has AC, but there's nothing you can do when the power goes out there. It's like crazy. It's like you're snowed in, basically. It's wild. There's nothing else like it. If you've been in like the Northeast or Northwest, you know what I mean? Or Midwest too. There's crazy storms, but yeah. I feel like even like, oh, I don't know, I feel like there's crazy stuff everywhere now. Like climate change is like, no one is like unscathed. Like, sorry. Even if you've lived in a nice place of like, or like quite temperate. I don't fucking know. The unforgiving aspect. But I don't like I don't know. I don't know if I think it's like really like the world ending before our eyes or not, or if it's really just like something that can be like helped. Truly, I feel like we're still at that point of like, I don't know. It's like so interesting to think like all this stuff about like aliens and theories about like life being a whole like simulation. Just like a lot like technology progressing super quickly. It's like whoa. I feel like it's getting lower and lower. My bad. Yeah. I've definitely had like not my own experiences with like aliens, but I've definitely had my own like strange encounters. And certainly now that I have like my whole setup, I have all like everything to do that like video. Oh. But yeah, it's so funny. But not really funny. It's just wild. Like now I believe people more when they tell me like stories. Like I don't believe people like immediately, but I'm more open basically to understand where people come from when they experience certain things are more unexplainable to people who haven't experienced it necessarily. Like I guess like if you've never had a paranormal experience, you wouldn't necessarily believe it as much as someone who has. So I've definitely had a lot of different strange things occur at various points in time, growing up and into adulthood. So yeah, I haven't had anything like super crazy though happen in like the past 4 years or so, thank God. I think that's because I stopped playing with like Ouija boards and like just stuff like that, because I think like, I don't honestly think that's just a game, because like, there's something super like weird going on there, guys. Like, I don't know. Like, I think there's definitely a little bit of truth in every joke, and there's something about that that's just like super dark. You're like, basically opening a portal to like let whatever is like around you in, and it's like scary. And I was like young at the time. I was super young, but like I was like, it was literally at like a Halloween store, and I think I like begged my mom to like let me get one at the time. Not begged, but like asked her, and she was like, yeah. And like, I remember us playing with it together, and we both. I mean, I totally trust my mom. You know what I mean? And she trusts me fully, so we were like, hey, we're not gonna like move it. And we played. I guess did the Ouija board, and remember us like we've talked to like slaves and like I don't know, I don't want to get like offensive, but like it's just like it's like crazy like the things that you're able to like contact and stuff, and it's just so weird. And I don't think like that's necessarily like the weirdest thing, like contacting like dead people and stuff, but there's just definitely things that have happened afterwards, like hearing like things breathe and drag like bags that don't exist in the house I was in at the time. Just like really freaky things. That I kind of don't like bring. I don't try not to bring it up because it does really freak me out. At the time I literally thought I was gonna die. I was like, this is how people go like missing. I don't think like that's how like I guess like the bunch of people do, but not necessarily that, but that's like how much fear, like I was so petrified, and I really wanted to like grab my phone out because I was still awake at the time. I hadn't fallen asleep like my friends did, but that's gonna be a full story time for sure. Because that was like for a full hour that happened. Because I was able to like check the time and stuff, but I was so scared. I thought like if I got on camera, it's gonna like freaking get me. But yeah, that one, oh my god, that one's like the worst one so far. But I think that one has definitely like stuck with me, and that was probably like that really sealed the deal. That was like, now I understand what people tell me, like, no, I don't really mess with that. So I was like, yeah, I totally did it. Because I don't even know if I even would anymore. Because that's just like, I think it's just like my energy is just so open and inviting, and I think that almost like if I don't want to say like I'm inviting dark energy or anything, because that's like, it sucks, but like that something would like to prey on that almost, and I hate saying that, but yeah, like something like malevolent entity would. But yeah, I think that's because like I don't want to necessarily blame like someone else, but like there was someone else that had it and played with their friends, and they didn't necessarily were knowledgeable about it, and I don't blame them, but it did affect like how I experienced things after. Oh my god, this totally went into a tangent, but yeah, I totally haven't experienced like that much weirdness in me to that extent lately, but I honestly can't even believe that even happened to me. I just couldn't imagine if I like actually saw what it was. Like other people have seen or have gotten things on camera, so yeah, it definitely made me step a lot back from paranormal, but I definitely got a lot more into it and a lot more like intrigued by the idea afterward of like the possibility that there's like more than just like these, I don't know, 3 axes of dimensions. It's just really intriguing to think about that. There's just been way too many experiences to be like, it doesn't exist at all, I feel like. Cheers. Seriously, I think at the rate of our technology, we're gonna capture more like legit evidence of like some kind of like spiritual, like we already have spirit boxes and stuff. We're totally gonna get, it's gonna go even further than that. We're gonna get like probably like videos that you can see like what the ghost is like, trying to show you what it looks like, we're trying to depict symbols and stuff. You know, I think it's gonna be like a full on like almost like a futuristic like, oh my, almost like a Ouija board. Like it's gonna be like where does it go from here? Seriously, like I think it's just like, I want to say like us getting used to the idea of having it like all this, you know, all inclusive stuff, because it's kind of wild how like there's this whole connection between like all our technology now. I feel like between like my phone, tablet, like laptop, like TV, like everything can just transfer so easily now. And like it's wild. And that there's like a whole war. Like, why are people having a war? Like, we have all this like, I don't know. There's just so much to be like happy about. I don't understand how people could like. It's just so interesting because it's not even like the leaders that are like necessarily like. I guess there's like a political conflict, but it's like the people that they have. I don't even get political or anything, but it's just interesting how it's just like they use like the population against each other. But anyway, I don't want to get super political. But I guess I am kind of hippie in the way I don't necessarily agree with like going to war and stuff. It's not like a productive way. But I guess it's not necessarily like a choice if like someone like invades, but like I don't know. I just don't know too much all about that, but it's just basically wild, the world we live in right now. I just didn't think as a kid that would happen, but I guess it kind of did start when I was a kid. It's just crazy. Craziness. But I'm like so happy at the same time. It's so crazy saying that. It's just like wow. I'm like at a point where I'm like have so much personal like fulfillment and yeah, everything is like good, and I want to keep everything good for sure. Just like, yes, finally. I love this little pink trumpet one. It has some flowered pink trumpets, but it is really pretty. But I guess it just has to mature more. Shouldn't be like another year or so. So many plants. I love plants. I always want to get another one. I don't know why. I already have so many. And yeah, it is like a little bit to kind of get used to like how much each one needs and like their own individual pots drain water differently. So yeah, plant daddy. But it's so nice. I almost want to get like one of those like little soil things. Like they're basically like a little burrow. Like it's basically like a line. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like this, but like a deeper and long, and you can put like vegetables and like fruits in there and seeds and grow them that way. I think that's what I want to do for like the winter and grow vegetables and stuff and fruits and stuff inside while it's like warm on the inside throughout the winter. I think I might do that because it doesn't get super cold here, but I think I can keep it warm enough that it won't like die. But I might debate that because I already have so many plants. Then that's literally my ADHD brain. Like I love plants. But yeah, now I just get like really small ones if I get plants. But I don't know. The Monstera was not that small, but I still got it. I've always wanted a Monstera though, so like if there's one that I really want to get, hell yeah. If it makes you happy, get it. I wouldn't necessarily like buy every single thing that I think would make me very happy, but within reason, of course. I guess on that saying no, I definitely needed like a new phone, and like I really just wanted something that lasts a while too, so I'm just happy I got this. I think I'm running out, so I think this is going to be the last one. Today was such a chill day. Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.